Hello and welcome back for another video. In this one, I'll be breaking down potential trade destinations as trade rumors are heating up. We're almost a week away from the NBA trade deadline, and speculation has run rampant as many contenders have stated they want to go all in order to win the NBA championship. Feel free to comment down below if you have any trade ideas yourself, and without further ado, let's get into it. The first player we'll be looking at is Fred VanVleet from the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are currently in no man's land with no real direction, and a couple core pieces have stated they're unhappy and want out. Fred is one of them, as he wants a new scenery and a chance to win. The first trade I came up with for Fred is trade Fred VanVleet and Juancho Hernangomez to the LA Clippers for Reggie Jackson, Robert Covington, Terrence Mann, and a 2023 second round pick. The Clippers are looking for a reliable starting point guard to fit in with their two stars Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and Fred fits that role, while Juancho is another useful forward which the Clippers love. Not to mention, Fred has become one of the top 3-point shooting point guards in the NBA over the course of his career, so that should help space the floor for the two Clipper stars as well. For the Raptors, Reggie Jackson is still a low-end starting point guard in the NBA, Robert Covington brings more 3-point shooting along with defense, Terrence Mann is a good young prospect worth investing in and fits the Scottie Barnes timeline, and last but not least, the 2023 second round pick brings in more draft capital. The second trade I came up with for Fred is Fred VanVleet and Thaddeus Young to the Miami Heat for Kyle Lowry, a 2023 first round pick, and a 2026 second round pick. The Heat are looking to upgrade from Kyle Lowry as his age is starting to show and his health becoming more untrustworthy, so Fred would fill that void nicely. For Thad Young, the Raptors barely play him at only 15 minutes a game, so I think the Heat could make better use out of him and use his veteran presence for the regular season and playoffs. For the Raptors, they'll be getting back debatably the best Raptor in franchise history in Kyle Lowry. Maybe Lowry would welcome a reunion and look to retire there. The 2023 first round pick and the 2026 second round pick help stack draft capital for the Raptors and their future, which is probably their goal at this point. The second player that's in a lot of trade talks and that I decided to make a couple trades for is Jakob Poeltl from the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are tanking in hopes of hitting the Wemby sweepstakes this summer, so they don't have much use for Poeltl as his contract is expiring this season, so they might as well get something for him rather than watch him walk and get nothing. The first trade is Jakob Poeltl to the Golden State Warriors for James Wiseman, a 2023 first round pick, and a 2025 second round pick. Poeltl to the Warriors makes sense as I see Poeltl as an upgrade to starting center Kevon Looney on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. This would be a win-now move for the Warriors by sending their former second overall pick James Wiseman to the Spurs, along with a first and second round pick. This trade also makes sense for the Spurs by taking on the Wiseman project in hopes they can salvage his NBA career and turn him into the star many of us thought he could be. And if that doesn't work, they'll still be receiving a first and second round pick as insurance. The second trade I came up with is Jakob Poeltl and Malaki Branham to the Portland Trail Blazers for Jusuf Nurkic and two 2024 second round picks. For the Blazers, this would be a win-now move to hopefully make franchise star Damian Lillard happy and upgrade from Nurkic to Poeltl. Now Nurkic and Poeltl can do similar things on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, Poeltl is a solid plus defender who has averaged more than a block a game for the last 4 years, while Nurkic is slow and a liability on the defensive end. In addition, Poeltl can move up and down the floor well, while unlike Big Nurk, which would help Lillard and the Blazers score more and transition. For the Spurs, Nurkic is a bit irrelevant for their long-term plans. He's also on a lower to mid-level contract at $15 million a year, so they could eat that no problem. What the Spurs really have their eyes on is draft capital, and that's what they'll be receiving with the Blazers' 2 2024 second-round picks. The third player we'll be discussing for trade talks is OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. OG is another core piece from the Raptors that has publicly stated he wants out, and many contenders have come running to gauge the Raptors' front office price tag for the young 3-and-D star. Many of these contenders view OG as the missing piece to take their teams to the next level in the playoffs, so his price tag will most definitely be high. The first trade I came up with for OG is OG and Juancho Hernangomez to the New York Knicks for Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, a 2023 first-round pick, and a 2024 second-round pick. The Knicks are a contender in the middle of the Eastern Conference, so if they could acquire OG, I'm sure they would feel that would take them to the next level. With OG added to the lineup, the Knicks starting 5 would be Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, OG, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. Sounds pretty solid to me. For the Raptors, they'd be getting a good young prospect in Quentin Grimes that could have star potential and fits the Scottie Barnes timeline, while Evan Fournier is an NBA vet that should still have some gas left in the tank. Oh, and let's not forget about the precious draft capital they'd be acquiring from the Knicks, which is usually seen as pretty valuable. The second trade for OG is OG to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Caris LeVert, a 2024 first-round pick, and a 2023 second-round pick. For the Cavs, they probably feel if they could acquire OG, then that would be the last piece they need to win the NBA championship. So this would be a push all your chips into the table win now move. With OG, their lineup would be Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, OG, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Sounds pretty damn scary to me, to be honest. For the Raptors, they'd be getting a decent player in return, as Caris LeVert is 27 and has performed better in the NBA in a starting role, as he averaged 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists when he last started on the Pacers last year before he got traded. Let's not forget about the 2024 first-round pick and the 2023 second-round pick, as Toronto is looking to stockpile draft capital to rebuild their future. Well, those are my potential trade destination ideas. Feel free to comment down below if you have any trade destination ideas yourself and where you want to see a player end up at the deadline. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.
I pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.